On behalf of the Commencement Committee, program directors, and faculty, I'd like to welcome you to the 120th Gratz College Commencement Ceremony. Despite the circumstances, we are honored to celebrate the achievements of the 2020 graduating class and are happy to now call you Gratz alumni. Now please stand for the national anthem.
Good afternoon. My name is Paul Finkelman, and I have the honor and privilege of being the president of Gratz College. Welcome to the 120th commencement in the proud history of Gratz College. This is also the 125th anniversary of the founding of our college. Welcome faculty, staff, Board of Governors, family members, and most of all, welcome to the class of 2020. If we were doing this live, I would ask the members of the class of 2020 to stand and turn back towards the audience to thank their family members, their parents, their spouses, their children, their friends who have come to watch them graduate, and to remind them that they too are part of this, because you don't get through graduate school without having friends to help you get through it. I would now like to invite Dr. Rabbi Lance Sussman, Chair of the Board of Governors, to say a few words. Dr. Sussman.
Dear Gratz class of 2020, congratulations to all of our graduates on completing your degree programs at Gratz College. You are part of a 125-year tradition of excellence. As the newest graduates of the college, you had the experience of advancing your education online and were ahead of the curve in American higher education. You also made the decision to move forward with your education despite the challenges of COVID-19. Your tenacity and courage distinguish your class above all others in recent history. All of us at the college, and particularly the Board of Governors, congratulate you on a job well done. We wish you success, health, and prosperity in the future. We hope you will always remember your alma mater and consider returning to Gratz for future advanced degrees. Again, congratulations and stay safe.
I would like to invite Dr. Philip Moore, 2020 Gratz graduate and Director of Online Learning, to introduce the recipient of an honorary degree, Dr. Steve Pilch. Dr. Moore.
Thank you, Dr. Finkelman. It says a lot about an educator when, after 27 years of academic leadership, they go directly into another position of academic leadership. Such is the case with our speaker, an honorary degree recipient, Dr. Steve Pilch. Dr. Pilch currently serves as Senior Fellow and Director of the School Leadership Program in the Graduate School of Education at the University of Pennsylvania. In this role, he works to train both public and independent school educators to become better leaders, using a collaborative learning model where experienced educators share expertise and challenges with faculty and fellow students. It is the perfect next chapter for an educator who, like John Dewey, believes in the constant spiral of knowledge. For Dr. Pilch, the potential to learn is always linked to the hard work of doing. His hard work of doing includes teaching in both public and independent school settings, serving as both the assistant director of athletics and the squash coach at Harvard University, and most recently, for 27 years, fulfilling the role of head of school at the Shipley School in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. Among his many accomplishments in that leadership role was a commitment to become the first school of positive education in the United States. His commitment to the potential of positive education opportunities for everyone is evident in the various nonprofit boards he has been part of over the years. Currently, these include the Children's Literacy Initiative, which works to address the literacy inequity among pre-K through grade 5 students. Speak Up, a regional organization which works with over 40 middle and high schools in the greater Philadelphia area, engaging teens and the various adults in their lives with the difficult but super important to have topics impacting their lives. And Minding Your Mind, whose primary objective is to reduce the stigma and destructive behaviors often associated with mental health issues in teens and young adults, providing resources and education to children, as well as their parents, teachers, and the school administrators. It strikes me as instructive that the mission of each of these organizations speaks to engaging children and adults, parents and teachers, and communities and schools of all types and all locations in doing the hard work of problem solving, education, and advocacy. Dr. Pilch has a bachelor's degree in psychology from Williams College, 2 master's degrees, and a doctorate in education from Harvard University, and a busload of knowledge from working with students, teachers, and families over the past 30 years, including my own. It's my honor to introduce him today, and I look forward to seeing his next chapters as he remains motivated by the desire to give back, the curiosity to take on the educational challenges of the day, and the belief that learning is linked to doing. I'd now like to welcome Dr. Rabbi Lance J. Sussman to present Dr. Pilch with his degree. Following that, Dr. Finkelman and I have the pleasure of hooding Dr. Pilch.
President Finkelman, I have the high honor and distinct privilege of presenting to you Steve Pilch for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Dr. Pilch, it's a delight to have you as a member of the Gratz community. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Finkelman.
In recognition of his achievements, the President and the Board of Governors of Gratz College are delighted to confer upon Dr. Steve Pilch the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa this 30th day of August 2020. Dr. Pilch, would you please come forward so I can hand you your diploma? Congratulations again.
Thank you, Dr. Finkelman. I'm greatly appreciative of being part of the Gratz community.
Thank you.
Before I begin my formal speech, I want you to know how appreciative I am of receiving this honorary degree from President Finkelman and Gratz, and of having the privilege to address Gratz's 2020 BA, Master's, and Doctorate degree recipients. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. President Finkelman, you've done an incredible job of growing the program and reinforcing what Gratz is all about during your time here. It's one of the finest online educational programs in the country. You and everyone at Gratz should take great pride in that. I know you're proud of this year's graduates, and we all hope you are here for many years to come. Dean Moore, when I became head of Shipley 28 years ago, You and your husband Rudy were actively involved in doing whatever you could behind the scenes to make Shipley a better and more welcoming community. It's good to know you're doing similar things here at Gratz. Philip, when I arrived at Shipley, you were a junior in high school. That spring, you were overwhelmingly selected as school president because of your humility, your commitment to others, and your ability to do whatever was necessary to be there for others and to improve the world without ever bringing notice to yourself. It's good to know you're still doing these things here with the online program. Congrats on earning your doctorate, and thank you for your wonderful introduction. President Finkelman, Board of Governors, Dean Moore, Dr. Philip Moore, and degree recipients. Let me begin by congratulating our degree recipients. Although graduation is a wonderful rite of passage, it is the good work you did along the way, the learning you did, the sacrifices you and your family made, and the time you put in that we are actually celebrating. And it's what you do with your degree that is at least as important. And by the way, although I would rather be addressing you in person, it's not lost on me that much of your experience here at Gratz has been remote in nature, which makes today's virtual ceremony more appropriate in some ways. When I asked President Finkelman about Gratz's mission, he said without missing a beat, "To cum alum," the reparation and growth of the world through education. Although it's an ambitious goal, it's one that the Gratz community works hard to accomplish. The mission also could not be more appropriate or important than it is in this time of the pandemic, associated economic crisis, and the fight for social justice in the country and in the world. Although I had planned to talk about the importance of Gratz's mission from the moment I was invited to speak, which was well before the pandemic began in the States, the orientation and emphasis of my speech has shifted. When the pandemic hit, our worlds changed in ways we could never have anticipated. It was almost as though it ripped off scabs and revealed scars to expose issues of inequality that had been there in almost every area of life, including but not limited to healthcare, social justice, income, job security, and education. As we tried to make sense of the pandemic and figure out what the short and long-term implications would be, something we still are not fully aware of, we reacted to the situation and rearranged our lives and our priorities to deal with the most obvious issues at hand and find ways to get by. Then, the egregious deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and others caused a nuclear eruption of issues around systemic racism. Who will ever forget the video of the policeman standing on George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds? We are in an extraordinary historical time, one we have not ever seen before. The pandemic, George Floyd's and Breonna Taylor's deaths, and the economic downturn have laid to bear the injustices and inequalities that must be reckoned with. It must be said that unfortunately the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor are not unique. They come on top of relatively recent deaths of Trayvon Martin in Sanford, Florida in 2012, 12-year-old Tamir Rice in Cleveland, Ohio, and Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri in 2014. Freddie Gray in Baltimore, Maryland in 2050, and Ahmaud Arbery in Brunswick, Georgia earlier this year, and far too many others. Does anybody wonder why so many people want to know who might be next and when it will stop? As the pandemic ripped off scabs and showed scars, the deaths opened gashes and wounds that were and are frightening to see, and even more frightening to have. Since the civil rights movement of the 1960s, we have dealt with some of the symptoms of systemic racism, but have not made sufficient progress with the issue. It's time now to work towards solving the root causes and to deal with the issue with the goal of effecting change throughout the country. No matter what we do, there's no vaccine that will eliminate racism, bigotry, hatred. To change policy and hold ourselves accountable, we need to listen, learn, and modify our behavior. Ibram Kendi, author of How to Be an Anti-Racist, suggests that to make progress with the challenges at hand, we must start with ourselves. We must all take some responsibility for the situation we are in and commit to doing the things necessary to confront the issues at hand. Looking back, it's not difficult to see why some of us are where we are. For whatever the reason, we went from being a nation of great activism throughout the Civil Rights Movement and the Vietnam War to a less activist society, one seemingly less interested in the moral fiber of the country and more interested in personal achievement and materialistic success. From the 1970s until very recently, I believe our greater concern about individual success rather than the collective has led us to become more self-absorbed and more passive. We tend to deal with issues when, and only when, they impact us in a personal and direct way. Although I thought this had the possibility of changing when President Obama was elected, it didn't happen. While the Black Lives Matter movement emerged during the Obama presidency, little support emerged from the general public for meaningful change. As a new wave of activism has built up as a result of the tragedies of this past year, it seems that parts of our society are beginning to transition from a politics built on individualism to a politics more focused on the collective good. Knowing we need to build on this approach and find a way to create change, I find myself looking back at the civil rights movement, a movement that made a difference, a movement where women and men risked their lives for a cause that was far greater than themselves. Representative John Lewis, who passed away just a few weeks ago, was renowned as one of our most important civil rights activists, a strong advocate of peaceful protest and a close confidant of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He knew the importance of being committed to the goals, even if it meant causing problems for himself. He talked about getting into, quote, good trouble, trouble that would make inroads into the future at hand. He personified this conviction when he marched across the Edmund Pettus Bridge on Bloody Sunday. Although we may need to create good trouble in many areas of our lives, it is particularly true in dealing with issues of race and social justice, where Kendi reminds us that racism is not limited to those who directly support a racist policy or say and do actively racist things. Kendi suggests we all are guilty of implicit bias and that we must recognize that our views are influenced by those biases. He further suggests that many people are complicit in racist policies and behaviors because they do not speak up and work to change the situation at hand, and that they are thus perpetuating a racist system. If we are going to make progress in this world and move the issues forward, we must acknowledge our own shortcomings, listen to the people that have historically been ignored in American society, and learn and be open to having our opinions influenced by others. The days of filibustering our way around issues and imposing views on others that benefit us individually, but not society at large, must cease now. We must work together to improve the situation at hand and to make sure that the people are safe and to guarantee that everyone feels as though they belong. This is where I see you and your Gratz education coming into play. Regardless of what you do for a living, who you are, or where you live, all of us must start with our families, move to our friends, colleagues at work, and then to the world at large, acknowledging our own biases, pushing ourselves to learn and grow beyond them, and working to listen to all voices, and especially voices that American society has historically ignored. We must hold ourselves and others accountable in a respectful and appropriate way for the things we say and the things we do. We must deal with these difficult situations and have the even more difficult discussions. As educators, we have a special responsibility to meet our students where they are in a culturally responsive and respectful manner. We must connect with them and help them belong. We must inspire them to share their stories and to be interested in other stories and in the world at large. We must appreciate them for who they are and help them become the best students and best people possible. As we look to educate their whole person, We must hold them accountable for what they say and do, ensuring that it's respectful and acknowledges the wholeness of every person. We need them to develop and express their critical thought in both written and spoken word. And most importantly, we must help them learn to listen to all voices, especially those that historically have not been heard, with the idea that they and others will influence each other in a productive way. They must learn that the goal is not to win a discussion, but to leave the discussion mutually respectful of each other's point of view. Moreover, they need to speak up and act when they see issues of inequity and social injustice. All of us need to role model behavior that reinforces respectfulness, equity, and inclusion. When we come across issues of bullying or inappropriate treatment of others, confront the issues and hold others accountable. When parents, colleagues, or others confront you about your convictions, refer to Alberto Carvalho, the remarkable superintendent of schools in Dade County, Florida. Overseeing the fourth largest district in the country, he approaches every day with hope for the future, respect for and commitment to his fellow educators, and love for and belief in each and every student. He says it simply, he says it eloquently. In education and in life, humanity is first, and everything else comes after it. Although these questions will not eliminate systemic racism today or change things quickly, they will help to create a community of mutual respect and understanding where people understand the world around them, appreciate and respect their classmates and others for the people they are, and understand the importance of hearing others' perspectives and working towards shared goals which could lead to compromise, growth, and change. These small changes will ultimately help us build a more just world. If you are feeling confident with your own world and want to step out to the public, do not hesitate to join peaceful protests that fight social injustice. If you do it with conviction, understanding, passion, and compassion that characterize Representative John Lewis's efforts during his life. Despite being beaten and threatened many times during his efforts on behalf of civil rights, he never lost sight of his goal. He fought for his rights and the rights of others with dignity, resilience, understanding, and patience. He did what he said he did, and he did it as well as anyone could do it. If we allow Lewis to be our role model, making this a priority becomes a real possibility. And if we commit ourselves to the hope, love, commitment, and humanity articulated by Carvalho, we have a chance of seeing the gashes we have opened begin to heal from the inside out, of fulfilling Gratz's mission to Kun Olam, and of creating a world by the people, of the people, and for the people. In the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., quote, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it tends towards justice," end quote. But we need to make sure we do everything we can to make sure we fully realize the ideal of justice. Congratulations on earning your degree. I cannot wait to see what you do with it. Be proud of who you are and what you have accomplished, and commit yourself to Gratz's mission. Believe in yourself, your colleagues, your kids. No matter how bad things look, have hope and be resilient. Be active in your pursuit of learning and growth, and most importantly, never stop pushing to create a better world, one defined by social justice, equity, and humanity. If we do these things, we will help Representative Lewis rest in peace. Let's do it together. Congratulations.
Dr. Pilch, thank you for your address, and thank you once again for honoring Gratz by accepting our honorary degree.
President Finkelman, subject to the completion of all requirements as prescribed by the governors and faculty of Gratz College, these candidates are presented for receipt of the bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees with all the associated rights and privileges.
By the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, granted to the Board of Governors of Gratz College by act of the legislature in 1849, I do hereby confer upon you the degree which you have earned, with all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining.
Will the candidates for the Doctor of Education please rise? Kristen J. Brewer, Laura Fisher, Sarah V. Greenberg, Dina Mabin, Lyndall Goldman Miller, Philip Bartholomew Moore, recipient of the Jonathan and Susan Rosenbaum Prize for Academic Excellence, Anne Marie Parazelli, Aharona Rosenthal, Samantha Aviva Vinacore Meinrath, recipient of the L. Bernard Rabinowitz Memorial Award. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in Education please rise? Juan Jacinto Arredondo Vasquez, Amy Baker, Donna L. Baker, Benjamin David Berman, Chad David Boruski, Kathleen Marie Campbell, Jennifer Ryan Brown, Jamie Cashett, Lauren Clark, Kelly A. Caulfield, Catherine DePuppo, Adam David Doan, Liron Drury, Paulina Zemmelman Dunkel, Jeffrey Elsesser, Joyce Marie Flanagan, Hannah Freifeld, Nancy Jean Guernsey, Stephanie Marie Hagan, Kelsey Hogg, Andrea Heinrich, Matthew Hogue, Brendan William Horan, Christopher A. Horn, Yael Janina Horowitz, Kate N. Hun, Mark Kannengeiser, Holly Ann Kasner, Kristen Kieser, Misty Klusner, Jamie Lackman, Aaron Lieb, Kristen Lomas, Taylor Pierce McMillan, Stephanie Malatin, Elise Cohen Margosis, Gail Alex Maurer, Brielle Elizabeth McElhenney, Laura McNeil Murphy, Jeffrey J. Merrill, Lucy Ralston Mosbacher, recipient of the prize in Hebrew, Amanda Nessler, Crystal Nicole Pine, Leandra Ray Poole, Jennifer Louise Roan, Rebecca C. Rice, Jeffrey C. Zepchinski, Ryan D. Shive, Shannon C. Stefani, Nicole J. Thompson, Jillian Walsh, Amy Caroline Watson, Rebecca Ann Weisoff, Michelle Nicole Young. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in Holocaust and Genocide Studies please stand? Christopher Donald Anderson, Lisa A. Balka, Cheryl Toto Beal, Jessica Ann Evers, Dana Jean Goldenson, Robert Hadley, Alexis Johnson Zai, recipient of the Gratz College Award, Taylor Nicole Kilgore, James D. Lucott Jr., Melissa Michael, Jason T. Pounds, Shannon M. Reinbold Gee, Golda Retchkaman, recipient of the Gratz College Award, Kirsty Anya Wymokley, Alyssa Weinstein Sears, Jennifer Michelle Wilson, recipient of the Samuel and Bessie Starr Memorial Prize, Kelly Ann Wilson. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in Jewish Education please stand? David A. Cohen, Alexander Maxfield Malinich, Liza Jordan Fishman. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in Jewish Professional Studies please stand? Elijah M. LaPrince Sr., Amy King Shoppert, Judah Sussman, recipient of the Rima Feinberg Award. Will the candidate for the Master of Arts in Jewish Studies please stand? Stephen Goldenberg. Will the candidates for the Master of Science in Nonprofit Management please stand? Lisa Bianca Amott, Scott A. Hoffman, Tracy Clappa, Rachel Nissim, Jennifer Streer Rich, Michal Schulman, Joseph Vaughn Weinstein Sears. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degrees please stand? Kevin Scott Fillingham, Jewish Professional Studies. Karen West, Jewish Studies. Will the candidates for the graduate certificates please stand? Doyle B. Decker, Holocaust and Genocide Studies. Michelle Felice Edgar, Holocaust and Genocide Studies. Rebecca Vey, Jewish Communal Service. Will the candidates for the Master's Plus Certificate in Distinguished Teaching and Learning please stand? Christine Allen, Tyler Kennedy. We have 9 candidates for the degree of Doctor of Education, and we would like to acknowledge all of you for your hard work and commitment. I would like to invite Dr. Finkelman, President of Gratz College, and Dr. Philip Moore, Director of Online Learning, to come forward and assist in the hooding of a representative candidate for the degree of Doctor of Education in Leadership. President Finkelman, I have the high honor and distinct privilege of presenting to you Dina Mabin, who has successfully completed all the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Education in Leadership.
Dr. Mabin, congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Finkelman.
You have been a faculty member here, you are a teacher here, and you're now a full-fledged alum of Gratz College. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Mabin, and all our doctoral graduates. I would now like to invite Dr. Samantha Vineker-Meinrath to share a few words. Her address was chosen by the Commencement Committee to be a representative address for the entire graduating class.
Thank you, Dr. Finkelman. It is truly an honor to be speaking to you as part of Gratz's Zoom graduation. And on behalf of myself and my fellow graduates, I want to extend my sincere thanks to the Gratz leadership, board, faculty, and staff. Your ability to pivot in light of the unprecedented circumstances of COVID-19 allowed all of us to complete our programs without missing a beat, and we are so proud to be part of Gratz's 125th year. The first time that someone called me an educator, I was 8 years old, and my mom asked me to entertain my little brother while she made dinner. I decided that it was a great opportunity to teach him how to write the letters of his name, and we spent some time working on the straight lines of the K, the curves of the O and the B, and the perplexing crookedness of the Y. We had a fair amount of success, handwriting skills notwithstanding, and it was only afterwards, over dinner, that my mom shared with me that she had thought that assigning an 8-year-old to teach a 2-year-old might involve something more along the lines of coloring circles. Then she called me a teacher. I didn't think much of it in that moment. I was far more preoccupied with ambitions of becoming an artist, a writer, possibly a gymnast. The first time I actually felt the calling to be an educator was when I was told I shouldn't be one. I was 21 and in my first job out of college. I was working in a recruitment job and I was overwhelmed with jealousy. I spent my days connecting students with internships, study abroad programs, and volunteer experiences in Israel. But as soon as they'd embark on their journeys of growth and learning, my part would be over. And I longed to finish the process that I had started. So I pivoted and became what apparently I was always meant to be, the educator. To me, education is meeting someone where they are on their life journeys, connecting with them, and being a catalyst towards moving them one step further along their paths. To be an educator is a calling, a responsibility, and a challenge. It's being part of the perfect triangle that links learner, educator, and content, giving each part of the triad the space to develop the bonds with the others. As Parker Palmer says, good teachers possess a capacity for connectedness. They're able to weave a complex web of connections among themselves, their subjects, and their students, so that students can learn to weave a world for themselves. Education is the opportunity to become the best version of ourselves by acknowledging our own vulnerabilities. It's recognizing that no matter where we are, no matter how much we think we know, there is still more to learn. It's challenging ourselves and our learners, not being satisfied with the status quo, and pushing forward to understand and ultimately to apply our understandings to the betterment of the world. It's empowering learners and leaders to become the best versions of themselves. In the book of Proverbs, we are told to teach each child according to their own way. From this, it's understood that not everyone learns in the same way. Educators are charged with finding ways to reach each learner and to ensure that education is accessible, applicable, and meaningful no matter what. I believe that education is what connects us, what gives us windows into the experiences, lives, and perspectives that might not be our own, and that creates the lifelong learners who are able to take the gifts of education and use them to bring about change, creativity, and beauty. Congratulations to my fellow graduates. Thank you once again to the Gratz faculty, leadership, and staff. Thank you to our families and friends who have Zoomed in from all over the world to be here today. I wish that all of us are able to continue to go from strength to strength in our growth as both learners and leaders.
Thank you. I now invite Craig Vandermark, Gratz College alumnus and adjunct faculty member, to say a few words on behalf of the Alumni Association. Craig.
Thank you, Dr. Finkelman. It is an honor to be speaking with you here today. Graduates of the class of 2020, congratulations. I would like to touch on two important topics. First, I would like to talk about the power of hard work and perseverance. Throughout the process of taking courses at Gratz, you had to balance your roles in life as mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, husbands, wives, aunts, uncles, coaches, and teachers. Through hard work and perseverance, you were able to balance those important roles while furthering your education. Whether it was interacting with other students on campus, writing a paper at 10 p.m. after a long day, or devoting endless hours to earn this degree, you did it. One powerful habit of a lifelong learner is to actively seek opportunities to grow. You are to be commended on seeking this opportunity at Gratz in order to grow as a person and with your profession. This leads me to my second topic. It is my pleasure to officially welcome you as Gratz alumni. Speaking as an adjunct professor and a member of the Gratz alumni, it is imperative for you to know that you are automatically inducted into the Alumni Association. This terrific resource can be utilized for seeking career opportunities and provide any assistance that you may need. There are a number of ways that you can get involved. For example, update your alumni profile often, send us news about your professional achievements, and join Gratz College alumni on Facebook and LinkedIn. Gratz College was founded on philanthropic donations, and we'd love for you to get involved. For more information and questions concerning how to make donations, contact alumni@gratz.edu. Our alumni are doing some amazing things. We would love for you to remain connected to Gratz and continue to be a part of the Gratz family. While social distancing may have put a damper on traditional celebrations, I hope you are able to celebrate this special honor with those closest to you. All my best to you and your family.
Thank you, Craig, and welcome once again all of our graduates as official alumni of Gratz College. I would like to invite Jerry Silverman, a distinguished member of the Gratz College community, to the podium for a special presentation.
I'm pleased to be here today to recognize a good friend of the college, Ernie Collins. My friend Rochelle Rabea, who Ernie knows well, told me that she was always very impressed when she would come into the building and see Ernie doing the crossword puzzle. Not just any crossword puzzle, the New York Times crossword puzzle. I couldn't even do that. Folks wrote on the Gratz alumni page on Facebook things like, Ernie's a real mensch. This honor is well-deserved. He was always there to protect me at Tabor Road. He's a wonderful human being. He always has a sunny smile. I went to visit Gratz and he remembered me. You've barely aged since 1992. He's the glue that kept the place together. He's a sweet, nice man. We love you. And finally, a story from my friend Norma Siegel, who talked about her son. Her son Brad was a student in the Hebrew high school when we were on Tabor Road. He was always telling his mom about Ernie, who routinely told Brad that he should never leave the building to go to the deli nearby. Brad, of course, never heeded Ernie's words. Years later, she asked Ernie if he remembered Brad, and Ernie's response was, "Do I?" Ernie, you remember everyone, and everyone remembers you. I met Ernie on his very first day on the job. When I saw him in the lobby a year ago, I got the usual, "Hi, Jerry," a huge smile, and an enthusiastic handshake. I asked how long he had been at Gratz, and he replied, 40 years. So I said, we have to do something about that. I immediately burst into Dr. Finkelman's office, interrupted a meeting, and said, Ernie's been here 40 years. We have to do something about that. And that's probably why I have the distinct honor and pleasure of presenting this plaque and award to Ernie today. And it reads, Gratz College, learn, teach, lead. This is to certify that Ernest Linwood Collins, Jr. is hereby declared an honorary alumnus of Gratz College in appreciation for his 40 years of service to the Gratz community. Melrose Park, Pennsylvania, August 30th, 2020, signed by Dr. Paul Finkelman, President, and Rabbi Lance Sussman, Chair of the Board of Governors.
I want to thank the jury for giving me this wonderful plaque from Gratz, and I want to thank the president Dr. Finkelman, all the board, all of the faculty, all of the past faculty, and the students that have gone through. And I want to thank them for remembering me as I remember them. And I wish everybody well and thankful.
It is now my great privilege to introduce Leon L. Levy. Leon is a longtime board member of Gratz. He is a strong supporter of Gratz, and he is, in fact, a recipient of an honorary degree from Gratz. So, Dr. Levy.
To you, the graduates of 2020, quite a year that you probably never forget. Nobody will ever forget this year, but especially those of you that worked so hard for your degrees, very well earned. What I could add as a reminder of this year to you and your degree is that at Gratz, you accomplished something that we were the leaders in this education format that all the universities and colleges today are following. You were the groundwork of providing education for those degrees, which all the universities and colleges today are following. And your degrees are very well earned and very exclusive as to what you've learned in our specialty that we have, that we offer. I would ask you to keep in mind this challenging year, to know that this is one year in history that will be something that you'll all be reflecting on, most upon your degree and most upon what we all have faced with these challenges that are still ongoing as we're speaking. But I guess the point that I want to stress is that it's going to end, and it's going to end with a very positive note. Why? Because of the resiliency of this country, the people that are involved in making sure that we get to the next level, and it's you that are going to help us get to that next level. And I'd ask you to take that degree and go to the next level. Go to that level of helping, educating, sharing, improving the lives of this world. That would be my message if I could invite you to this challenge. And of course, most importantly, my heartiest congratulations for this degree, so well earned and so well received and so memorable. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
As this ceremony draws to a close, we continue the Gratz College tradition of singing the national anthem of Israel, Hatikva, which means the hope, in honor of the college's Jewish legacy and the celebration of optimism that we feel as yet another remarkable group of Gratz alumni go forth to make the world a better place. Please refer to the lyrics on the screen and rise if you wish for Hatikva, which will be led by Professor Emeritus Dr. Saul Wax.
כל עוד בלב הפנימו נפש יהודי הומייה ולפתי מזרח קדימה עין לציון סופיה עוד לא אבדה תקוותנו, התקווה בת שנות 2000, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון בירושלים. להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים.
I would like to invite Dr. Rabbi Lance J. Sussman to provide a closing benediction.
God of all people, eternal one of the universe, as this ceremony draws to an end, we offer a final word of gratitude for the opportunity to learn and to grow. We are thankful for this community, its teachers, students, and administrators. May it continue to flourish and provide opportunities to learn to the generations to come. May our families and friends be blessed with health and with happiness. As we go forward, may we too be blessed with continued personal and professional growth and advancement. May this be our blessing. Amen.
Congratulations once again to all of our graduates and their families who joined us today. We know that it takes a community, and on behalf of the entire Gratz family, we applaud all of you. Please enjoy this moment. You have earned it. Now, please enjoy some words of encouragement from our faculty, staff, and Board of Governors.
Congratulations to Gratz graduates. It's a remarkable achievement in these difficult times. Wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Congratulations, graduates. Can't wait to see the amazing change you are going to bring to our world.
Hello, class of 2020. Congratulations on your graduation.
Hello, graduates of Holocaust and Genocide Studies. You have earned your degree in very difficult circumstances. Now please go, improve the world, and let us know how you are and how you are using your knowledge. Congrats!
Bravo for all of your hard work, and congratulations on achieving your dreams.
Congratulations, Gratz College graduates of 2020. I met many of you as applicants, and I'm so pleased to be here now with you as you conclude your academic journey with us. I always say that Gratz College students are the most exceptional people because of the work they do and the fields they choose. I know you'll continue to do amazing work in education, Holocaust and Genocide Studies, and all of the programs that are represented here today. Congratulations again, and please stay in touch. Maybe we'll talk about a doctorate soon.
We are so proud of you, class of 2020. We want to know about your future successes. Stay in touch on alumni social media.
Congratulations, graduating class of 2020. The world changed in the blink of an eye. You changed with it, you persevered, and you conquered it all. Congratulations.
Hello, graduates. You've earned your degree. Congratulations. Now what are you going to do with your superpower?
Class of 2020, we cannot wait to see what you do with your idealism, your newfound knowledge and skills, and we know it'll benefit our communities and the next generation. Congratulations, and stay in touch.
Congratulations to all the Gratz graduates this year. I'm sorry we can't be together for commencement, but I wish all of you a very bright future.
Hi, I'm David Travaskis, an adjunct here at Gratz, and I want to say congratulations to the 2020 graduates. You've done wonderfully to get through everything, and we salute you. Take care.
Hearty congratulations to the 2020 Gratz graduating class. Your commencement and the times we find ourselves living in herald a positive future that demands a new creative vision and responsibility. Caring for the world and its inhabitants has suddenly become the responsibility of each of us, each of you, not in the traditional sense of tikkun olam, but a new interpretation of what responsibility is for these times.
I just want to wish a huge congratulations to the graduating class of 2020. You've put in the hard work and inspired us along the way, and now we cannot wait to see where you go from here. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. You are the heart and soul of Gratz College, and you will always be part of our family. I wish you well in your future endeavors to make this world a better place, And I hope that as proud Gratz alum, you will stay connected, engaged, and give back to Gratz in ways that are meaningful to you. Be well and good luck.
Congrats, class of 2020. You made it. I wish you much success in your future endeavors.
Hi, I'm Steph Chortnoff, adjunct faculty here at Gratz College. I may have taught you over the last few years teaching tolerance in the classroom or motivating today's learners. I want to say congratulations on your graduation and best of luck in all you do.
Hi, a hearty congratulations to all the 2020 graduates. For those with whom I had the honor to work, a special hug. We wish you well. We hope you stay in touch. Again, congratulations and mazel tov.
Hi, Gratz College class of 2020. I just wanted to wish you a congratulations, mazel tov, best wishes, and don't be a stranger. Take care and enjoy.
A big congrats and mazal tov to the Gratz College graduating class of 2020. I wish you the best of luck and nothing but success and happiness in your future.
Congratulations, Gratz graduates. I wish you all the best in taking the skills that you've acquired at Gratz and making the world a better place.
Congratulations, class of 2020. I know it's been a hard year, but that doesn't take away from this milestone and all that you've accomplished. Cheers and best wishes from Gratz College.
Congrats, mazal tov, mazel tov, mazal bueno y mazal alto. No matter what language you say it in, graduating from Gratz College in the 120th commencement during the college's 125th anniversary is doubly auspicious. So celebrate, relish your accomplishments, and then go out and do all the great things that you were meant to do.
Congratulations, class of 2020. You have earned your degree with stamina, intellect, and fortitude. So now go out there and reach the world.
It's a pleasure to add my voice of congratulations to the graduates. Many of you I know from direct experience, and others have joined the program since my retirement. But all of you are joining a distinguished tradition. Gratz College is the first institution of higher learning in thousands of years of Jewish history that admitted women as equal students from the very first day in 1895, long before many other larger and more famous institutions. Congratulations.
Hi, this is Dave Malter, Director of the Masters in Education program and the Masters in Camp Administration. Just wanted to send my huge congratulations and best wishes to all of the graduates on this very special day, celebrating our 120th commencement and our 125th year here at Gratz. Mazel tov, congratulations, and best wishes for the future.